18, welcome back to my channel. I'm coming at you yet again with another video. In this video I will be giving you guys my 6-month Cipla Actin update, and if you struggle with gaining weight and you've tried everything but nothing seems to work, then this video is for you. Although I highly recommend that you watch my initial video, I'll link it right up here because it's a good place to start. In this video I'll merely be giving you guys an update with pictures, of course. I'll be answering all of your frequently asked questions from Instagram and Twitter right at the end, but as usual this video is separated in chapters for your convenience. You can go ahead and skip to whichever chapter resonates more with you, but of course I do recommend that you watch the entire video just so you don't take anything out of context, because gaining weight is serious business, okay? This is serious business. Anyways, let's get right into it. My journey with Cipla Actin began on the 8th of January 2021 and I weighed 55 kgs, and today, the 17th of July 2021, I am officially 64.5 kgs. I'll just round it off to 65 because nuts. So yeah, today I am 65 kgs, which means I've gained 10 kgs over the last 6 months. And for those of you who also have struggled gaining weight, you guys know that 10 kgs is a lot. Let me tell you guys something. Nothing fits me anymore. My shorts and jeans don't even go up anymore. My shirts are getting tighter because my breasts are growing. My zips are breaking. I have a pot belly. Look, everything is a mess in the clothing department, but it is all worth it because one thing about these pills, they work. Now let's talk about the dosage. In this Cipla Actin box, there are 30 tablets. There are 3 slabs with 10 tablets on each slab. So at first, I used to take 3 a day along with my vitamin B complex tablets, of which I used to take only 1 a day. You can take them at any point in the day as long as you take them. I find that it didn't make a difference personally. So you can take them at 9 or 11 or whenever, as long as you just take your desired dosage per day. So if you're going to take 2 pills a day, then take 2 pills at any point. If you're going to take 3, then take 3 at any point. Time really doesn't matter, okay? And with the vitamin B complex, it doesn't really matter either, and it doesn't matter whether you take them before or after meals. Doesn't matter, just take them, okay? Now that I've reached my goal weight, which was 65 kgs, I can finally rest before to rest, because I obviously don't want to gain too much over my limit. I've also lessened my dosages to 1 or 2 a day. Sometimes I'll take 2, sometimes I'll take 1, but you still gain the weight steadily. Even though I've lessened my dosages, I'm still gaining all the weight steadily, and I'm actually trying to slowly get off of the Cipla Actin, so I'm still trying to find a way to do that, child, because I don't want to just drastically lose all of the weight. So once I find my perfect method to not lose the weight, I will update you guys. I've also stopped taking the vitamin B complex entirely, and that's for no other reason but just that I'm lazy to go to the pharmacy to get more, okay? I'm just lazy. But not taking the vitamin B complex hasn't made that huge of a difference to me. In fact, I don't feel a difference at all. Just the Cipla Actin alone is sufficient for you to gain all the weight you need. So yeah. So now let's talk about the side effects. A lot of you do DM me asking if I felt that side effect or if that side effect is normal. And guys, I just want to say that from my subjective experience, I only felt 4 side effects really intensely. Number 1 was the excessive eating. Number 2 was the excessive sleeping. Number 3 was the headaches. And number 4 was the nightmares, of which I was just like, okay, what the hell is going on, okay? But all of them do simmer down eventually. After a week or 2 of consistently taking Cipla Actin, the side effects will die down. It goes without saying that side effects are different for each person. Some people don't get that intense desire to go eat. Some people don't get the headaches. Some people don't get nauseas. If you are a person that doesn't get some symptoms or side effects, don't worry. Just trust in the process and believe that the pills are doing what they're supposed to do. After a week, the symptoms... Why do I keep saying symptoms? Okay, it's fine. After a week, the side effects start to dissolve anyway, and in a week or 2, the pills will start working the way they're supposed to. So please do not DM me all frantically, because it's fine, okay? Like, you'll be fine. Just use them for a week or 2 consistently and see what happens, because just see what happens. They work, okay? Now let's get into some tips, some of which I already covered in my last video, but let's just do it again for the vibes. Number 1 is be consistent. You can't take the pill consistently 1 week and then not at all in the next week. You have to try and take it as much as possible and very well so that your body can get used to whatever the pill's doing on your body. Missing 1 pill sometimes won't do anything, but don't make it a habit where you just don't take it consistently anymore, because the pill just won't work, okay? Just don't make that a habit. Try and be very, very very on the ball with it so that you can see the best result as fast as possible. Number 2, just like I said in my last video, please eat. Eat as much as you can. Meet the pill halfway. The pill won't magically make you gain weight. You have to do your part and eat as much food as you can. Just eat, guys. Whatever it is, just eat. If you feel like eating fries at 8 o'clock at night or at 8 in the morning, eat the fries. Because that's what I do. I literally eat anything whenever I feel like it. The point is just to eat as much as you can. Eat whatever you can. Have snacks in between. Obviously, don't overfeed yourself because you don't get sick, but just every time you feel, okay, I'm a bit hungry, I'm a bit, I want a snack, go eat. Meet the pole halfway and you do your job and it'll do its job and just magic. Number 3, and this might be one of the most important tips. I mean, all of them are important, but like this is like really important, especially if you're very body conscious. Please exercise. I personally need to take my own advice and exercise as well because I haven't touched a gym or even done a workout ever since I told you guys to exercise. But if you don't exercise, you will be like me and get a fupa, okay? You will get a pot belly, a muffin top, whatever you want to call it, and I promise you, it's not the hill you want to die on, okay? It's not. So if you do have the time to exercise, please do exercise. And important thing is to not exercise too much, otherwise you just burn off all the fat you're gaining, and it's like, why? So exercise, but with caution, and try and work out your core the most because your stomach is where you actually gain most of the weight, obviously along with other parts of your body, but your stomach actually, your stomach really, it shows that you're gaining weight. So yeah, exercise, even if it's doing a few crunches or sit-ups a day, do something, and hopefully I take my own advice. Please, I need to take my own advice. So now I'm going to go into some of you guys' frequently asked questions as per Instagram and Twitter. The first question is, did I lose the weight after stopping? And I haven't stopped, so I can't answer that. But I have lessened my dosages significantly since when I first started using them, and I haven't lost weight at all. So if that somewhat answers your question, then there you go. Number 2 is, what is the dosage and when do I take them? I did cover this part in the dosage aspect of the video when I said that take however many you need to take. I personally do not recommend going over 3 a day because that's just overkill. Don't overdo it. 3 should be the limit. You can take 2 a day, you can take 3 a day, you can take 1 a day, you can take 1 every other day. Whatever your pattern is, stick to it. But you can take them at any time in the day, whether it's before or after a meal, really makes no difference in my personal opinion. Other people, it might make an impact, but for me, whether I take them before or after eating, doesn't really matter. So just take however many you want to take a day, be consistent, and that's pretty much it. You can take them at any part of the day or any time of the day. Number 3 is, which vitamin pills did I talk about in my initial video? So for those of you that didn't watch my initial video, I was taking vitamin B complex tablets as I was taking the Cipla Actin because vitamin B complex tablets really do accelerate the weight gain. And the vitamin brand was Holistics. I'll write it up on the screen even because I've gotten so many comments and questions about the vitamin tablets. So it's Holistics, the vitamin B complex tablets. You can get them at Clicks, Discam, any pharmacy really, and it really doesn't matter which vitamin B complex tablets you take, as in it doesn't matter which brand you take as long as you take them. Personally, for the Holistics, I only have to take 1 a day. You'll find that with some brands you have to take 2 a day, so just take the dosages accordingly. But ultimately it doesn't really matter which brand you use, and also it's not essential for you to also take the vitamin B complex as taking the Cipla. It's just something I did just to see what happens, and I'm happy with the results, so do with that what you will. The 4th question is, where can you get both the Cipla and the vitamins? As I've mentioned, this is probably the umpteenth time. You can get them at any pharmacy. If you're in South Africa, Clicks, Discam has the Cipla and the vitamins. Although I don't recommend that you go to any old pharmacy because they do hike up the prices massively. So just go to Clicks or Discam. I do find that they are cheaper at Clicks or Discam. I think they're cheaper at Clicks because at Discam, the last time I checked, don't quote me on this, but the last time I checked, at Discam they are like 69, and at Clicks I paid like 55 at some point. So do with that what you will, but you can get them at any pharmacy ultimately. Okay. So the next question is if you need a prescription or not when going to get the Cipla Actin, and I can confirm that in all my days of getting it for myself and all the days of my parents and my boyfriend getting it for me, they've never needed prescriptions, and I've never needed one either. Someone did once tell me that they needed one, and girl, I don't know, it's between you and God, okay? But all I'm saying is that I've never ever needed a prescription. My parents, my boyfriend, anyone who's ever gotten it for me, has never needed one either. And you go to the self medication counters at Clicks or Discam. Don't know about the other pharmacies, but you go to the self medication counter and they'll give you Cipla Actin. Yeah, like you do not need a prescription in my subjective experience. I don't know, some cities might be different, but I've gotten the Cipla in both Durban and Cape Town, and both cities have never required me to give any form of prescription or identification. So the proof is in the pudding, okay? It's there. The next question is, how long do the side effects last for? And like I said, they can last anywhere between a week and a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks. But the one consistent side effect will always be sleeping. You'll always sleep. Even now, and I've been on it for 6 months, I still sleep during the day if I took the Cipla after breakfast. Like, you'll always sleep, but all the hectic side effects like headaches and nausea and the nightmares, which up, those will simmer down eventually if you just use the pills consistently. The next question is if the Cipla Actin tablets make your breasts bigger, and what I'm saying is yes. Yes, they do. Next question is where to get them internationally, and I truly, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, do not know. I am from South Africa and I do not know which store or which pharmacy would sell them in the UK or America, although Cipla Actin is just a brand. There are many similar tablets from other companies that perform the same function. So if you really want Cipla Actin, I do recommend speaking to a doctor or a nurse, whatever. They might know which alternatives they can give you, or you can import them somehow. I don't know if that's possible, but you can try asking someone in South Africa, maybe a relative, whatever, to send them to you, something. But if you're asking me in terms of which store I can get them, if you're in, I don't know, Jamaica, girl, I don't know, please speak to a doctor at the end of this all, because I'm just a 21-year-old telling you guys my experience. I do not know, okay? I don't know. Respectfully. And the last question is if you really maintain all the weight if you take vitamin B complex tablets as well. Okay, for those of you that didn't watch my last video, I did say that I read somewhere that if you take vitamin B complex as well, that you might not lose all the weight you gain from the Cipla. And I can't really answer this right now because I haven't stopped taking the Cipla, but what I can say is that I personally don't see a huge difference after I'd stopped taking the vitamin B complex tablets. I'm still gaining the weight, I'm still maintaining the weight even though I've lessened my dosages. To sum it up, taking the vitamin B complex is not a prerequisite to gain the weight. You'll gain the weight regardless, but I cannot tell you if you will be able to maintain it once you stop taking the Cipla Actin. So that's what it is. If you have any other questions, please feel free to comment on my comment section down below, or check the comment section to see if the question has been answered. Also check the comment section of my last video because I answered a lot of questions there. But if it's too personal or you don't want to ask questions during the people, feel free to DM me either on Instagram or Twitter. I will link the socials somewhere along the screen right now. Anyway, child, that is it for this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'm on the road to 10k subscribers, baby, so please do consider subscribing if you haven't already. Please don't forget to drop a comment either, because number one, I love reading guys' comments, and number two, commenting really helps me out with the algorithm, so this video will get to more people. Help out your fellow brothers and sisters to see this video and get some guidance as to how to use or what to expect with Cipla Actin. But anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.